Welcome to DayZ. Today we're going to be looking at a little PvP interaction I got on live stream, Underground Hidden Bunker Base Part 2 Deer Isle. That's what it's called. So if you guys are interested, you can go check it out. But it's important a couple things before I talk about this. I wanted to show you this fight in particular because sometimes if you are just cerebral and you conduct yourself intelligently, you can win firefights even if you don't perform well. And that's what happened for me on this day. Oftentimes people say, I'm not good at PvP, I don't have enough experience, so we get in our head about it before we even get there. If you can just remain composed and calmly think about the situation intelligently, oftentimes that is enough to end out coming on top. So it's important to know that we are playing on Deer Isle, and I think this is the best map in the game. We actually have a community server for it for new players. If you're interested, you can go check that out. It's in our Discord. But it's my favorite map, and right now I am going to an island called Alcatraz in the southeast corner with the goal of getting the key card there. And once I get that key card, I bring that to CamCantRun. I know it's a lot, and it allows me to go into the largest bunker in the game on any map I've ever played. Maybe the coolest thing that's ever happened to DayZ, except for Lantia. Lantia's got to be cooler for sure. But the CamCantRun bunker, a crazy thing that John McClane, the creator of Deer Isle, has done. But I'm headed over to Alcatraz Island, and the reason me telling you those things is important is because people are going to be at that island. I know this already. People are always at the island because that's the only place you could get that key card nowadays. And as I'm approaching, I end up seeing a guy in the water here, and he's dead. He gone. He ain't swimming. He's already dead. And as I approach him, I need a couple tidbits for my gear still. So I think, maybe he died to the cold, but what is he missing? Look at him right now. What is not on his person? In the moment, I didn't think about this, but he's missing shoes, right? I should have, at this exact moment, been like, he's already been looted. There's no way he's... Like, the chance of him just taking off his shoes and then starting to swim is pretty low. I end up getting out, and I do check on him, and I realize that he doesn't have anything. And I don't realize this in the moment, but he got shot in the head. And how I should have known that, if we look right here, his headlamp is ruined. All right, so this guy probably got shot in the dome ski. I realize that he doesn't have anything, and I start going to the island. But because we just saw that, it's safe for me to assume that someone's out there. And we see a boat right here. There's a boat right there. Boom. Don't know if you guys could see it, but it's right at my mouse. I promise it's there. No lies. Right. It's important to note that the backside of this island, this is Alcatraz Island right here, where you get the key card. The backside of this island, there's no map over here. So the map is on this face of the island, back behind me, behind my right here. So my logical assumption about this is because the backside has its face to nothing over here, people aren't going to be over there. It should be less populated. And I believe that is what the other players also thought. So something to think about when you're playing versus intelligent people that are thinking about the game critically. Oftentimes the same assertions you're going to have about the situation is what they're going to have about the situation too. But let's get into it. I'm going to get over there and let the beginning fight play out, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. We'll break it down nice and slow. All right, so here we go. I'm coming to the backside of the island, and I'm going to let it play for you. The fucking guy right there. What are the chances? I gotta get over here somewhere. Oh, I can't get up right here. Fuck. He could be on top of me. And that is the end of our friend. He ended up dying from that bullet right there. All right, so now let's talk about what we did good and what maybe we didn't do good. So as I'm approaching, I see him right here. You can maybe not tell, but he is right there. I'm sorry for the quality, by the way, guys. If I download it, it comes in 720p, but here it's in 1440. So I figure it's a little less quality breakdown if I do it this way. But there's still a lot of really quality principles that we can learn just from talking about the circumstance. So as I'm approaching here, I know that I'm going to have to get out of my boat. So I don't want to get out of my boat normally because I would just stand straight up. And that would be like a perfect opportunity for him to shoot me in the head. It is important that we think about when someone is going to be shooting at us. As far as our movement goes, we need to be moving in a way that makes it difficult to hit them. And how do we know what that is? Well, when you're trying to shoot at someone, think about what makes it hard to hit them. That's the simplest way. Process what is difficult. It's when you can't predict where they're going, right? It's when you don't know what's next. If someone's just holding W and running a straight line, you can predict where that bullet needs to be, where that like meeting point of your aim and them are. But if you can't predict what I'm going to move as, it makes it a little bit harder. So I come in, and my first thought is I want to roll off this boat. I don't want to stand up straight. And immediately I try and keep the low ground. I try and stay behind this. I'm not sure if he can see me right now, which he can because I get shot immediately. But I was trying to play with the boat as cover. And it's right here that I realize I have nowhere to go. If we just slow this down a little bit here. I'm looking this way and I'm processing. There's nothing that I can run towards out here. I have no cover. And I look back, and this is what I call, I don't know what it is called in like military terms or combat terms, but this is what I call a dead zone. I have no cover and I am just on an island in the middle of nowhere, right? Now, my opinion of this, and there may be different things like in a military setting, but for DayZ in particular, my opinion of this is if they have cover and you do not, you want to hold where they're going to peek. You want to have the peeker's lead on that, not the peeker's advantage. You want to be the person hard sighting on that location and waiting for them. So I realize I have nowhere to go. So I just hold the sight here and they do something, whoever this person is, this is really good. They think about peeking here. They just jiggle peek. They jiggle peek me, which is something I talk about a lot. That's where you just barely put a little bit of your body visible and you try and like draw out a shot. And also it allows you to kind of process what you're looking at a little better. But they do a little jiggle and then they go back and then they pop out above. They go up. Whether or not they knew that they did that, that is what you want to do, okay? And now I just want to point out my shot, bro, I felt like it was, come on now. Come on now, my man should have been gone. He should have been gone. My shot was really good, but it ends up not hitting them. And I process, I still can't run. They're going to peek again probably. And they're already hard sighting on me. So they were trying to jiggle out and draw out my shot, and they successfully did that, right? We have a second shot coming in. That one may have hit him too, who knows? It didn't. I know it didn't for a fact. But at this moment, I'm processing, okay, I can't stay here anymore. I just shot 2 shots at them. They should in some way, shape, or form be feeling like, oh God, I'm in a gunfight now, right? So what I do is I use, imagine really quickly, imagine this line is imaginary, okay? Like there's a line right here from the boat. Think about from the core of the boat to where he's peeking, all right? What I try and do here is when I start running at them, I try and duck under this line. So I go to the right of the line. Now, if he peeks, he's going to be looking over my left shoulder at where the boat was. And that's going to give me an opportunity for him to not be able to process where I'm at. I am on an island. I'm in a really bad place. Obviously, if he's using process of elimination like really rapidly, he's going to be like, well, he had to have run to the left because that's my only non-visible location. But it just gives them something to think about. It challenges them with another obstacle in their processing of where I'm at. And as I duck under here, I keep my gun aimed towards where he's going to come through. And I'm running through this very high water, like waist high water. And I'm realizing, oh, he's not going to peek that because I wouldn't peek that. That doesn't seem like a smart thing to do. So I just kind of hold this position here. And I am not incredibly familiar with the island. So at this moment, I'm thinking, he may be able to come on top of me. So I have to pull away from the wall because the last thing I want is for them to be able to look down on me and like maybe peek here, then peek there, then peek right over my shoulder here, right? Shooting up at someone on a cliffside when they have the opportunity of changing their position super rapidly and you having to adjust where you're aiming really quickly, that's not a good sell. So immediately, as soon as I process that, I'm like, I gotta get up. I have to be the person with that advantage. And I pull away and I'm not sure right now if he can get up here. So I think I even say something if I'm not mistaken. I gotta get over here somewhere. But right here, I realize, oh no, I can't go this way.
Oh, I can't get up right here.
And I process, maybe this person as well can't go up. So I say, okay, well, let's hard side in. And we end up just through patience, honestly. I think this guy, he's looking over his shoulder right now at me. He's looking over his shoulder, so he may even see me. But just allows us to line that up. Pretty nice shot. Honestly, I think that shot should have missed and those other two should have hit, if I'm being straight with you. Slow it down just so you guys can get a feel for like the distance that I lead him with. Tiny little distance. Boop. Got him and he's down. And we run over to his body, processing that we are in an absolutely exposed location here, right? I'm in a very, very vulnerable spot. And he has a lot of stuff. My man was quite loaded. But as I move towards him, keep in mind, in DayZ, something that I've been making a mistake of quite often on stream recently, actually, is I am not thinking there's another one. And there's almost always another one, right? But I go over to his body, knowing that I'm exposed no matter what. I keep checking up, and I look at his equip. So he was shooting me with a Mosin. He had to have hit me in the arm with the first shot, maybe in the shirt with the second one. Because my pants are fine, my head was fine, and my plate carrier wasn't damaged at all. But he had a Mosin and an M16, which I needed that ammo for the M16. And he had all kinds of stuff in his bag here. He got tan leather, night vision goggles, which I didn't have. So this guy had a lot of stuff that I need. I go on to loot Alcatraz, and I'm not going to spoil it too much for you guys. I'll just give you guys a couple like little teaser images so you can kind of process how cool this area is. But my only goal here is to get the key card and get out and store it in my base. And I make a little fire here. I run through. I end up finding I don't know where I found the key card at, actually. I end up finding the key card though somewhere. And there's this poster. Can someone tell me who this is? I don't know who this is, but there's a poster. If you ever see that poster, you could do something with it. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. But we go all the way back to our boat. And this is where our second PvP interaction happens. And this is like a true example of what I was saying earlier. Sometimes just playing smart is enough. It's pitch black outside. You can't see anything. So in the defense of this person that's going to shoot at me,
should we check his boat?
It's completely black outside. They can't see anything.
I ain't gonna lie. Boat's not in neutral. I can't move mine yet. Oh, bro, it's so dark. Oh god! Oh god! No! 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 Get up! Get up, bro! Get up! Get up! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Move! 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 Ah! Ah!
Okay, so as you saw there, I'm very scared. He shot at me the second. Shot at me at maybe the most vulnerable moment he could have. They timed that so perfectly. They shot right when I started sitting the sitting animation. But as you saw there, as you're gonna see rather, when I ADS down sight in a second, you can't see anything. So he's shooting in complete blackness right now. It's pitch black for him. But immediately my thought is get away from the ocean and get to the bottom of this. Because whatever line of sight he had, he shot from somewhere over here and he had to shoot down to my right. So my thought is to minimize that and allow us to have like a 1-to-1 fight. If he is high up, he's not close to me based on the shot. So I try and just be able to peek him out. And he does something that is not good here a couple times. I'm not sure if he does it right now. No, he does it later, I think. Yeah, he does it right here. Right there. He's right here. I don't know if you guys could see it. But he is doing something called ridge lining himself. And this is something that, like, in this particular instance, this is a good practical example of it, but he kind of has to ridgeline himself in order to really get eyes here. But think of it like this. So imagine this is a POV picture, right? Like you're looking at this. This is nighttime and you're looking at like a ridge side, a like little hill. The sky is going to be a little bit different color than the ground down here. And it may be super subtle. It's not going to be this exact, right? But they are going to be a different color. Now, if someone was right here, okay, they are right below the ridge. They're right below it. And they're in this color. They are black in this situation, and the foreground is gray. But your likelihood of seeing them here is going to be quite low compared to if someone was up here. Because they are black to a foreground that is a completely different color. You have the moon shining as well. You got to think about that as well, right? But something that a lot of people, I think, don't understand is that, especially about night gameplay in DayZ, everybody tells me, what about a guide for night? And it's not so much a guide as it is just understanding this core principle. If you have something behind you, so let's say in this example, there was a rock right here, okay? All right, let me put it over here. There's a rock right here on the hillside, okay? So it's technically, it's up here on the hillside and it's all blacked out, or, oh, I should make it gray too. Huh, let's do gray. We'll keep it gray. It's all grayed out too, right? If I was on that ridgeline, oh, whoops, sorry. If I was on that ridgeline with that boulder, this is going to be way harder to see than this is. Because I am not putting the color of the sky behind my character. I am keeping something that has a solid, uniform color that is the same as the world I'm walking on. I'm putting that with my character. As soon as I step out, let's say I was like this and like this and like this, and I got a sniper gun. You're gonna see that sniper scope, right? I don't know what that is, but you're gonna see the sniper scope, right? It's gonna be visible to you. In comparison to my character, you're not really gonna see it. So when people are struggling with gameplay at nighttime, something that you really need to process is that you need to be a little bit underneath this ridge line. You never want to go above the ridge line and crest yourself on a hill. And if you do, you want to do it with some sort of hard cover as a backdrop. But now to apply that here, this dude peeked out where there is nothing behind him. So look at this world. Look at this world. And then look at this world up here. See the difference in color? That exact example, right? It's different tones because I'm using night vision. But look at how different the sky is in comparison to everything else. The sky and the ocean are very similar, but the sky and all of this landmass is not the same. It is not the same, right? So what I'm doing, especially right here, we see this little dark like mountain ridge in the very, very, very far distance. I'm using that to notice when there is a tone shift in that coloration, okay? And that's when I go, oh, he's up there, he's up there. And I use the foul because if you aim down an optic that like uses your eye to aim through, which you'll see in a second. I switch over if I'm not mistaken. It'll take away my night vision. So right here, I'm trying to get where he's at. He's kind of moving around. I see him laying prone up there. You can see him right here. Right here. He's ridgelining. So even without night vision, and I know this is like such a blurry example for you guys, but you can see, look at this. I'm going to follow this ridge. Check it out. Check it out. All of a sudden there's a head there, right? So even without the night vision, it's at play. And you see, I aim right on that thing. But he moved right when I was about to take his soul away. But I switched my night vision on and off to kind of get an idea as to where he is at. I'm thinking about losing some equipment right now because I'm so low on breath. So I just drop a bunch of things. The first things I could think of that are too heavy in my inventory. Okay, that'll buy me a little bit more stamina, a little bit more breath here. Try and get eyes on him again, but I can't seem to get eyes. And the reason why I couldn't get eyes there is because I was looking at the wrong rock. He's actually on this over here. But boom, I mean, you guys tell me. You tell me. You know what I mean? I'm not an expert. You tell me if that should have hit him in the goddamn head. Let's find out. 0.5 speed. I don't see him on the right rock, so I'm peeking a little bit more. And as you see, kind of like similar to what that guy was doing earlier, I'm jiggle peeking, just peeking a little bit at a time to try and get a better idea. Brother. Bro, come on, give me a shot, baby. Give me a shot, baby. But as soon as I take a shot, my window of time for me to take another shot is very small. So once I take that first shot, I'm going to take maybe 1 or 2 more shots, and then I'm going to get out of dodge. And I decided to just bolt it. My principal thought being, I need to get to where we're fighting on level ground. I'm not going to be able to fight him where I have to stay in this channel, and he could pop out at any location at any time. So I just decide, you know what? I don't know if I can get up on this opposite side behind me, but I know I can't keep playing this game. So I shoot a couple more shots just to keep them honest. I don't even know if he was still there. My whole principle though now is to find a way up. So I end up running pretty far. I run past the sewer tunnel right there. I don't want to give too much of the map away for you guys, but I run all the way over here to the opposite side of the island where I actually should have beached my boat in the first place, I think. And I go through here. I'm going to fast forward through it a little bit. So I go from here up to the right, and then I go up another like stair path right here. So right here, boom. Now I am on the same level with them. And I end up pushing forward. By the way, guys, super sorry if my voice is kind of whack. I'm coughing every 5 seconds right now. I'm kind of sick. I'm going to a Meshuggah concert on Tuesday, so I surely hope this pans out. But now that I'm on an even plane with them, I assume that they are still looking for me down there, and boom, I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm going to slow it down for you. But I caught my hint that they are still over in the area I was assuming. So I went, let me draw it for you. All right, just to give you a practical example, this is where I came in on the boat. This is the front side of the island. This is the back side with nothing going on. I came down here, came in, and I shot at number 1 right here. After I shot at him, I came back to my boat after I got the key card, got shot at by number 2, a little bit more elevated here. And then I went all the way down here, up here, and now I am on the same plane with number 2. And now as we're looking out, I see all that I needed in order to understand that I am at an advantage now. Before, I was on the low ground. They knew where my boat was. They had all the understanding. But I see one thing right now that shifted everything. I understood at this moment that I am in complete control of this deck of cards. There it is once, and that they are not. And that is this zombie right here. Boom. Not only is it a zombie, but it's a screamer. And if we look, we saw that the zombie ran, and then I don't know if you could tell, but the zombie has this pose where he's kind of like doing a tut dance move. Like his shoulders are really high, his elbows are facing down, his hands are facing the ground. That's like an aggroed pose for a zombie. And after he aggroes, because he just aggroed towards us a little bit, not at me, we see the zombie run away right here. Boom. I don't know if you guys saw it right there. I'll do it one more time.
Like
right here. Right here. Look right here. Boom. Zombie starts running.
Right there?
Zombie spazzing. Zombie's right here. Yeah, ran back again. And I go, okay.
He's under.
He's definitely underneath me. But here is the issue now, right? I have to use this advantage and not give it away. So now that I have this information that they are under me, I can't just run over to where that zombie is. The zombie's going to aggro on me, right? And then they are going to have the knowledge of where I'm located. And as you see right there, I noticed the zombie. I'll pause it on it. I noticed the zombie running right here. And I'm processing, okay, they may have just been right here, but they're running this direction now. See the zombie right here? They're running this direction. And as soon as I process that, I go, okay, this person is pretty much gone. I'm gonna let it play out a little bit.
I see him. The tree's gonna take the bullet. I can't shoot right there.
So that's a really important moment there. Sometimes in DayZ, trees can like absorb your bullet, like that little tree branch right there, it could have taken a little bit of the damage off and even changed the trajectory of my bullet entirely. So I have all of the cards. I know where they are. I am now on the high ground. They are on the low ground. I have night vision to see them. I don't know if they have night vision to see me. And I have this shot. I mean, I don't know if you guys could see it, but I am on this dude right now. I am on his head right now. I could have shot and may have hit him. But my thought is, why would I waste this tremendous advantage that I have on a shot that is less than 100%, right? So I decided to push forward a little bit, try and get another angle on him, but he had moved at that time. But I'm like, come back, come back. But I see, I'm looking at this zombie. Check out again, ridgeline. Look how different the tone of this is compared to the sky behind it, right? But I'm kind of ridgelining myself right now. Think about it. I'm exposed on this ridgeline all the same. As I keep approaching, this guy, I process right here. Okay, he must have kept going this way because I came all the way up to where the zombie was aggroed at. And if we see right here, I have a screamer zombie. So if I aggro this zombie, it's all over. So instead of risking it and trying to ride on that ridgeline, I go up a little bit out of the way. And it makes the adventure a little bit longer, but ultimately, looking over the hillside.
I don't know if you could get up over here.
But as I just said, I'm not very familiar with the area since they've changed it. So I'm very sketched. And boom, I see him right there. Get a little 0.5 here. Let it play out. This one's way shorter than the previous one, so. He's dead. That's the end. One shot, one kill. The most important thing that I'm trying to get you guys to understand with this showing is that sometimes just being intelligently patient can allow you to win all the firefights. Both of those guys, I shot them when they had no idea I was still trying to contest them. The first guy was running away. That guy had given up on me chasing him, but I was still in pursuit. After I shot him, I go into the tree line and I just let all the zombie aggros kind of chill out for a second. I give it a moment. I look around for a long time because I was really worried that he had a partner with him. And after I go to loot him, I find out he had some pretty good stuff, a lot of good medicine and things that are going to help me survive. So I took all that good stuff and went on my way. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I wanted to get this video to you mainly because I'm working on a really big project and I knew this video would take a lot less time to edit in comparison, but also just because I think there's a lot that for those of us that don't feel super confident in our shooting ability that we can learn from this. You don't have to shoot someone perfectly to outmaneuver them, to outsmart them, and to outposition yourself. Ultimately, you can use those same principles to absolutely avoid a fight as well. I really appreciate all the love, guys. The channel is growing at an incredible rate. The next big project that I'm working on, I know I said this for my last video too, but once it's out, I promise you guys are going to love it. I'm so proud of it. I'm so happy with it so far, and I really appreciate all the love. Be good to each other out there, or don't.